Well, I hope everyone's good. I'm going to do just a little, you could bow out if you want, no problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video of like it starting like right about now, because no one needs to rewatch everything we just got done talking about. So if I go too fast and you want to look at it again, then it's there. So don't feel that you have to totally master it.
How
So
do we access that after the fact?
Yeah, well, here's the thing too, is I'm really doing this for a selfish reason. I just wanted to see if I could do it. Like Kendra just nailed sharing that gradebook screen. So I'm gonna.
Lucas helped me with that.
Yeah, so I'm looking right now for the share. Here we go, share screen. And I got to pick the screen I want to share. So which screen do I want to share here? Let's try that. No, wrong screen. All right, of course, let me just slide this. Can you guys see my Google screen?
Yes.
Okay, let me go to Sarasota County. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to access my Blackboard. Now, you guys probably already noticed you have all your classes here, but all the classes say currently not available. So I'm going to click on one.
We don't see that.
Here it is, and there's an email from Adam Gardner. I'm going to go over to the other screen here and get that. And he put it in there, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it here.
Your Google screen is in the way.
Yeah, it's like a froze.
Yeah, yours is like a picture.
So what are you guys looking at right now? Can you see it now?
Nope. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, now you can.
Okay, gotcha. Because I switched to email. So basically, you go down to customization down here. And if you go to customization and go to properties, and this is, I'm just reading, he has screenshots in his email. And one of the properties is going to be make the class available. So once you click yes and submit, it's going to make it when your students log on, they'll see the class there. And I'm not sure which, I'm going to look in the email, but I thought it said yes, but it's one of these two buttons here. So what I'm going to do is not do that yet. So what I'm going to do instead, can you see my mouse at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so this thing right here is like a magic button. That tells you what the students see. So I'm just curious, what happens if I click it? Okay, so it does. If the course were live, now notice there's like nothing there because I haven't put anything. So I'm going to exit the preview, but I go to that all the time and I just leave it default to delete any data that you generated. So what I would probably do here is change this word content. Like there's a little arrow over here. So it took me a while to find it, but that arrow, I can rename the link. For example, if I could start trigonometry, I'd probably do something like that. And therefore, when the students now view it, I'll go to student preview. Now it says, well, you know, I know what I did. So I didn't make it visible, probably. But whatever, I'm not sure why it's not coming up. But
Yeah, you didn't make it visible.
do I have to click on that to make it visible? Oh, okay, so you click on that box and it makes it visible. So now I don't have any content, but if I wanted to, I could make a link to a YouTube video or whatever by clicking one of these. But instead what I'm going to do is go to ExamView. So I have ExamView up and running somewhere. Let me just search for it. Maybe I shut it down. So ExamView. So you got to use your original password, whenever you set it up. ExamView is available on Big Ideas if you don't have it installed. Can you guys see my ExamView screen?
No.
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 Because you have so many screens.
Yeah, I have so many screens. What do you guys see right now on your screen?
Just your
The
Blackboard.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the sharing and I'm going to go ahead and reshare it. Share the screen. And this is good to know. Okay, pretty soon here you should be able to see my ExamView.
There you go.
Okay. I'm guessing the reason it didn't automatically switch is, I don't know if you guys ever use Chromecast. It locks on that one window, and ExamView is theoretically a separate window. So I'm going to create a new test from scratch. I'm going to call it Delete Me. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to select some random questions here. And I'm just going to go ahead and just take chapter 1, whatever. And I'm just going to pick like the first 3 questions I see. I don't know if you guys can see my questions or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get rid of that. I don't want all of them. Just 1, 1, 2, 3. I don't know, why is it selected all of them? Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. So that's all I'm going to select. Finish. So now I'm going to save this. And here, can you see where it says export?
Yes.
So when you export, Both of these two Blackboard ones, either the 7 or the 9, I always just click 7 because that's what I used to do. And I'm just going to call it delete me BB for Blackboard. Notice it's a zip file. So I save it. I'm just going to give it a name, delete me. And if I wanted to put a description or special directions or whatever, I could do it. Now you have to have something here. It won't let you save without it. I'm just going to call it the same thing. You can call it whatever you want. Okay, so now I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of ExamView at this point in time. I'm not going to, I should save it, but I'm not going to use it again. The zip file saved. Now, can you see my Blackboard screen now?
Yep.
Okay, so there's one more step you have to do than what I originally showed you guys. So I'm kind of patching it in right here into this video. So I already created the zip file of the ExamView assessment that I want to give. I click on the folder, trig, in this case, and I go, I don't want to build it because it's already built, but I go to here to assessment and test. And let's add one, but realize there's nothing there. And the reason there's nothing there is I created it, but I didn't upload it to Blackboard yet. So what I do is over in the left-hand pane here, what I do is I scroll to class tools, right? Class tools, and I make sure that that's open. Inside class tools, way at the bottom, tests, surveys, and polls. And I want to create a test or upload a test. So I'm going to import it. Remember on ExamView, I selected export. So I want to import. I want to browse my computer. And here, I've already navigated to this. So there's what I called it, delete me BB. So I select it, I open it, and I submit. And if all goes well, it says your package has been processed. So I click OK. Now what I can do is I can go to my trig folder. And now when I click on assessment and then test, there it is right there. So click submit. And there it is. And what I'm going to do is switch back over right now to the original video. So it's that one extra step. Once you export it using ExamView, you have to import it into Blackboard, class tools, tests, and then follow the directions. And here's where you can add custom directions. Do you want it to open in a new window? Make it available, yes or no, so you can upload stuff and not deploy it. Make an announcement. Do you want to give them more than one attempt? If you do give them more than one attempt, do you want it to be the highest grade of the two or the last one? Once they start it, do they have to finish it? If you don't click that, it'll let them save and continue later. But do you want them to have a timer? Is there, do you want to have it automatically visible in a certain window, password protection, all these things? What's the due date? And what do you want them to see after they submit it? Do you want to give them the answers or just tell them whatever? I like to do one question at a time. That's just me personally. And then when you submit, basically the next time the students log in or whenever the date is. So I'm going to go to student preview here. Student preview. There's my trig folder. I click on that and here it is. So when the student goes to click on this, if you have put any special instructions, they'll be there, begin. And can you guys see the questions?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little cheesy. ExamView isn't like graphically the prettiest, but whatever, the students are used to it. I'm not even gonna do these. I'm just gonna go ahead and just, I'm gonna select A for all of them. And what happened, once the students are done, it'll show up in your quote unquote grade book that's built in, and you can do whatever you want with the grades on that. So here we go, there it is. So you can view the results, and depends on what you allow the kids access to see. Because obviously if you show them what the correct answer is, they can text it to their friends conveniently. And so that basically is what I wanted to show you today. I think if I remember right, I promised to try to go through how to make the class available, and that was through customization and properties, and how to create and upload a ExamView. So
are our students already loaded in there when we hit yes for them to see? Okay, so we don't have to add them. That's amazing.
Yeah, so if you go Grade Center, where's Grade Center? Here it is, Grade Center, and then click on Full Grade Center. Like here are all my students that are in my period 1 class. So they're already there. All they have to do is log in, and whatever you put, like you could put an announcement here and create an announcement and just kind of, give them some of your insight, and they'll see it whenever they log on. So anyway,